Okay, so hello guys, good evening again and welcome to our second episode of our special show dito po sa ating Facebook page. Ito ang
TATAK
INDIO. Alright, your time, Jessica.
My time. Okay, bakit Jessica? I'm Jade and I'm with...
I'm Junie Sorsano. Ayan, so again guys, we have another special guest today. At syempre, when you say special guest, this time, we have one Filipina, okay, na makakasama natin tonight, sharing her talent, okay, as an artist. Yan. At when you say naman na na Filipino artist na ibang bansa, laging we acknowledge yung again, as we mentioned from our previous episode, that we're looking for Filipino talents who loves Filipino culture.
Absolutely.
Oh, yun yung pinaka main na purpose ng ating live streaming dito sa TATAK INDIO. So I think we have to introduce our guest, or do we have to say thank you muna sa lahat muna ng mga nanood sa ating first episode?
Yes.
Yung feedback
because I think
natin.
our first episode was like 2,000
wow
views. So,
mostly people from Siargao na nanood noon. Thank you so much guys. Ayan, I love Siargao kasi I keep on following si Inigo sa kanyang stories. Grabe nakakamiss yung buhay doon. Parang I feel like nasa Pilipinas sila, but then still, kahit alam natin, walang mga flights, may mga foreigners pa rin doon sa island nila.
But, a few weeks ago, we went to Siargao. Now, we're going to Canada.
Ayun.
So, it's early morning in Canada right now.
Totoo. So, she has to wake up like maybe 6 o'clock kanina for us guys na masamahan po tayo, and also for her to share her story. Yan, as an expat, as Filipino, as an artist, at kung ano-ano pa. So, we are requesting everybody to please share our Facebook Live and join us guys by commenting in our comment box below para po mas maganda po ang ating discussion. Okay, so can you give at least a little brief about our guest bago ko siya ipasa?
Yes, so our guest is actually a Ph.D. student or graduate. She has a Ph.D. in neuroscience, and she's a self-taught artist. Yes, and now she is creating art and a lot of art pieces, particularly paintings, with a lot of collaborations, a lot of partnerships with different organizations in Canada. So, pinapalaki talaga yung kultura natin doon.
At yun nakakatuwa kasi for whatever reason, we OFW or expat, we appreciate better yung mga icons of being a Filipino or Philippines. Kasi nga, bihira natin sila nakakita. Diba? But then anyway, we also would like to acknowledge our viewers also from our YouTube channel. Ayan, thank you so much guys for watching. And you may share our live streaming also sa YouTube. So, let us introduce na our guest for tonight. And of course, we just want to say good morning to her. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Jan Elaine SORIANO. Hello!
Hello!
Good morning!
Good morning!
Good morning! Good morning from Canada.
Yeah. Okay, una sa lahat, before we will ask you something about who you are para sa mga viewers natin, for them to get a little background sa'yo as an expat. Tell us muna, any progress or updates dyan when it comes to pandemic? Ano na yung mga nangyayari? May mga movement ba dyan? May mga mandatory requirements na ba? Especially dyan sa Alberta, Canada.
So currently here in Alberta, unfortunately, may tumataas yung cases, especially here in Calgary because of, reopening of restaurants and certain events. So tumataas yung cases, and then the government, they decided na mandatory na yung masks starting August. So far, yun lang yung updates. Marami pa, pero yun lang yung movement nila.
Okay. All right, so let's start our first question, Miss Jade. Ayan, para makilala natin ng matindi ang ating bisita mo na before we can go on with our next questions.
Yes, but before we go into anything else, we'd like to have Miss Jan Elaine share her story. So, Jan, can you tell us, like, what's your story, what your journey has been like, and what the experience is basically of your work?
My work. I will start with, I was born and raised in the Philippines, in Cavite City. I went to elementary there, went to high school there, and then in college I went to UP Los Baños for a year, and then UP Manila for a year. And then I had to take a leave of absence because we were working on our application to move to Canada. And so that was around 2012, and then we moved to Canada. I was 19 then. And unfortunately, my college units, they were not transferable to a bachelor's degree, so I had to take some prerequisites. So it's been a long journey for me. And then when I started here in Canada, I started at a grocery store as a sales associate, and then I went into cashiering part-time, and then I found a full-time job at a chemistry lab. Doon ako nagtagal. I worked there for a couple of years, full-time and then part-time when I started school. And then my bachelor's degree was in health science. And then, that was a good experience for me. I felt I was probably one of like the oldest students in the class. Parang yung mga...
Pero you look so young di ba?
Thank you. Yung mga kaklase ko noon, straight out of high school. And then I was this mature student na galing sa Pilipinas. And then it was a struggle. It was very challenging at first, pero naka-adjust din. And then I decided to get into academia. So I went to I took up my master's. I started my master's in 2018. So just clarification, I'm a PhD student right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes. So here in Calgary, here in our university, master students, they can transfer into the PhD program. So you don't have to finish your master's if you have the option to roll over into the PhD program. So you take 2 years of master's, and then you kind of expand your research and make that into a PhD project. And so yun yung ginagawa ko ngayon. With my research, I have been traveling a lot as well. So before this pandemic, I was able to travel to Geneva, Switzerland for the summer last year to do some research, and then I go back and forth to the US to do some data collection with our collaborators there. Yeah. So it's been a long journey.
Yeah, but an amazing journey. It sounds like it. Yeah.
Oo. So of course yung advantage, no, since sabi ko nga before we started our Facebook Live, I did mention to Jan Elaine na I'm connected with a migration company here in Dubai. So parang kino-confirm niya ngayon yung mga privileges and advantages of Filipino there in Canada. Okay. And one thing alam ko kasi Alberta, there are so many Filipinos na ngayon dyan. Kasi parang I have high school friends na lahat sila nasa Alberta. Kung hindi man British Columbia, nasa Alberta sila. So what's Filipino community look like in Alberta? May mga events before?
Yeah, so here in Alberta, maraming communities, maraming Filipino communities, and they're very supportive of each other. There is a commerce group for business owners. So if you want some exposure in the community, they help you out with that. Um, the Filipinos are also involved in supporting new immigrants. So magandang initiative yon. And marami ring mga outreach programs. We also have events here na highlighting the Filipino culture through like dance and art. So you do exhibits here once a year. And yeah, it's very supportive and very, very welcoming, the Filipino community here. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's good. Okay. So now let's start with our first question agad. So what got you into art? Yeah. So what's your story behind this talent na meron ka ngayon? Is it coming from your family side ba na may mga artist na talaga, or you're doing that while nung nasa Philippines ka pa lang, or you discovered the talent nung nasa Canada ka na?
So I started painting in 2013. So in the Philippines talaga wala akong ka-art. Sa totoo lang. So, kukwento ko lang briefly. When I was in high school, meron kaming assignment doon. Tapos we had to put a picture. It was a Filipino subject. We had to put a picture and put a summary. And what we usually do is we photocopy a picture from a source, and then we paste it on our notebook, ganyan, and then we put the summary. But I didn't have any time. I didn't have any time to do all of that. I was busy with other things, or I was
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Ayan. So I was busy with other things, and then nakalimutan kong gawin. So anyways, I decided to just do a drawing. Kung ano yung scenario doon. And then it was so ugly. And then and then my teacher was like, gawain ba to ng isang mabuting estudyante or something like that. So that was really embarrassing for me. And simula nun, sabi ko, hindi talaga para sa akin yung arts.
Wow.
And then fast forward 2013, I think I was pretty stressed out about work, and then the fact that I want to start school soon. So my younger sister, she had some art materials at home. She had a canvas, she had acrylic paints, and then sabi ko nga, matry ko nga ulit, pang ano lang, pang tanggal lang ng stress. And then nag-start na ako I downloaded some pictures online, and then ginaya-gaya ko lang. Ganon. So, hindi naman din kagandahan, pero sabi ko, okay, may parang okay na rin naman. Ganun. Tapos, hindi ko naman siya binibenta. Hindi siya pang benta or pang commission or anything. And then, after 4 years after that, ganun ulit, parang stress ulit ako. Gusto ko may outlet naman. And then, same thing. I bought some acrylic paints, and then I tried different materials, and then I got into hand painted bags. So bumili ako ng paint specifically for that. So I had like Alberta mountains na naka-paint sa bag, or mga landmarks. And then people started to like them, and I started selling paintings, and I started doing commissions.
Wow.
And then doon na siya nag-umpisa, and then following I think after a couple of years, I did a mural painting. So that was massive. I had to really adjust, pero it was a different experience for me. And then so basically, yung journey ko through arts is maraming pauses. Mahahaba rin yung pauses because busy life. And then, nung nag-start yung pandemic, kasi I'm not supposed to be in Calgary right now. I'm supposed to be traveling for research. And then I told myself, like, what else to do? And then I started painting again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then my younger sister, who's an artist as well, she encouraged me to do Filipino culture, to like explore it. And then I had the help of my mom and my dad to make some concepts and basically create the Filipino collection. Yeah.
Actually, that's our next question, no?
Yeah, that was like a perfect segue into it. Like, we wanted to know, like, because your art is so unique in its own way compared to a lot of artists that has their own particular style, of course. But yours is so unique in a way that you really bring out the Filipino culture in your pieces. So what inspired you to bring out or to incorporate Filipino culture into your artworks?
Last year in December, we spent 1 month in the Philippines for our wedding. But so we still had to do some paperwork. So we had to be there at least 20 days before the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And then we spent a lot of time in Makati and in Cavite, which is very nice. And then you get to enjoy all the Christmas festivities, which is very nostalgic. And so pagdating sa Canada, kind of decided to go home to the Philippines at least once a year because of that experience. And unfortunately, because of this pandemic, hindi natin magagawa yun. And yun, doon nila ako na-trigger na I should do something Filipino-related. And pag nakita ko yung painting ko, it would be such a positive nostalgia. And pag may nakakita, matutuwa din sila. Ano, and then I'm very happy because of the feedback of everyone. I have a high school friend, and one of her sisters, she lives in Japan, and kunento niya lang dun sa ate niya na, pag umuwi ako sa Pilipinas, kakainin ko yung ganito. Nakita ko sa painting ni ate.
Ito sinigang, mga ganon.
Yung isa sa mga rice delicacies. Parang nag-crave daw siya. Sabi ko, okay, that's right. Yun talaga yung target ko. Parang
actually, we were saying the same thing when we saw the painting with was it sinigang?
Parang sinigang.
Yeah, it looked like sinigang. Like, oh my God, now I want sinigang.
Okay, I wanted to know, no? Of course, you are in Canada, and for sure, yung ilang mga kababayan natin dyan, medyo matagal na sila na nasa Canada. But then, yung mga paintings na ginagawa mo, how do people react? Kasi di ba parang these are something na sinasabi mo, something nostalgic. Pero kasi you mentioned sa based on our research, na people are actually starting to buy your art. So, paano to? Let's say, how do they react as Filipino, as expat na nandyan, or mga migrants na nandyan sa Canada? Or how about, do you have buyer na ba, or mga clients na mga non-Filipino that appreciate Filipino arts?
So, most of my clients are Filipinos, especially with the Filipino collection. One of my paintings, the jeepney painting, which is like right behind me.
The one we shared.
They love the painting so much because it's pink, but also because of the hidden message or the message, which is women empowerment. So that was basically the concept of this entire painting. And
this one.
yes, that one. So I think that's a major favorite. Talaga.
So may hidden dito.
So Heels on Wheels.
Kaya siya pink.
Yes.
Very women empowerment.
Yes.
It's amazing.
So it's dedicated to all the women out there. Na mga breadwinners and then working moms.
Wow. Anyway, ganun daw talaga yung art, no? Lalo na sa painting. Every artist talaga has their own definition. Doon sa art nila. And if you discover yung mga meaning of those paintings, doon mo ma-realize, doon mo makikita ang beauty nito. Kasi di ba minsan, there are some may mga paintings na kunyari tayo as a normal person, titingnan natin ito parang medyo boring naman to. But then if you get to know the message na how the artists are actually tawag nito, ini-illustrate doon or ini-interpret doon sa painting, doon mo nalalaman yung value niya. So yan ang pagiging unique ng isang pagiging artist. But then of course as part ng Jade no ng KayaKo. So ito yung ating question.
Yeah.
So how do you think that using your art as a painter dyan sa Canada that let's say empowered you? Can you elaborate further? Kasi although na-mention mo na nga, this is like a woman in heels.
Heels
on
wheels, rather.
Yeah.
Ayun. So, how do you think na it's very empowering para sa iyo as Filipina?
For me, in general, I feel empowered when
It's fine. It's okay.
Hello.
Okay. Go.
Yes. So as a Filipina, I feel empowered when I express myself through art. So through my artworks, I am able to tell a story about my culture or things from my childhood that I took for granted. So the jeepney, the baby bus, the mini bus that I painted, and lots of things in most of my paintings. Ngayon ko lang siya, and then I think I appreciate them. I appreciate them deeply. Pero ngayon ko lang siya na illustrate for other people.
Yeah.
So it's more of, for me, oh yeah, it's very nostalgic and this means a lot to me. Pero paano ko ipapakita sa ibang tao? And especially with what I'm doing right now with my research, ganun din siya. It's pretty much the same thing. And they go hand in hand. So I understand my research, pero paano ko ipapakita sa tao ano yung research ko? So same with my artwork. Ito yung naalala ko through my memories and then how my parents depicted it. Pero hindi ko siya ma-share sa ibang tao. And this is basically how I can do that. Yeah, ganon. And empowering other people, I think, well, I hope na through my artwork, they would feel positive vibes. It's more of makakalimutan nila kung ano yung nangyayari ngayon with everything that's happening right now. And that's why I also include vibrant colors and yung mga masasayang scenarios, so palengke, maraming tao, ganon. That was like the before what was happening. Eh ngayon, parang wala na masyadong tao because of the new normal, social distancing. Yes. And also, I want to inspire other people to do artwork and to explore maybe their culture, not only Filipinos, but other cultures as well.
So with the jeepney painting that you have, because you said it was like a fan favorite, you would say, right? Now,
yes.
Do you have a particular favorite painting?
Yes, I do. So it is Lunch with Lolas.
Oh.
So that's my
why
favorite
is that your
painting.
favorite?
So the painting, it has pinakbet and sinigang, which is like so good. Pinakbet. Pinakbet is
Magdi-dinner time na ako dito.
Hindi yata bagay pinakbet at sinigang sa breakfast, kaya medyo okay lang ako. Pinakbet, yun yung specialty ng paternal grandmother ko. She passed away a few years ago. And growing up, so my paternal grandparents, they used to live in Los Baños, Laguna, within the UPLB campus. And every week, we used to visit them and spend like the whole weekend with them. And my grandmother, she used to cook pinakbet for lunch with pritong tilapia.
Oh!
So, pampagutom.
Oo
With
nga.
pritong tilapia.
Parang kailangan nag-crave ako ng munggo, tapos ngayon naman ang iisipin ko ngayon, pinakbet.
Pinakbet.
Tapos,
Okay.
ang specialty niya talaga is yung ampalaya, hindi siya mapait.
Oh, okay. Oo.
So, there's like some magical thing happening in her kitchen na hindi ma-imitate ng parents ko, gano'n. So, siya yung parang sobrang expert niya, gano'n. So, ang galing niya magluto. But, so whenever si pinakbet, siya yung naalala ko. And then, with the sinigang naman, yan yung niluluto ng maternal grandmother ko, who lives in Cavite.
So you have both in one painting.
Yes,
That's good.
Amazing.
Yes. So, yun yung niluto niya, sinigang na hipon with, ano nga ba yun? Ano ba masarap na pampagutom sa inyo?
Sitaw.
Oo. Minsan,
Ganun siya.
mag-steam siya ng crabs or may pritong manok, ganyan, maraming katerno. So, pag weekdays or pag weekends na doon kami nagla-lunch, yun yung niluluto niya. And that's all, yeah.
So nakikita natin dito yung pagiging Filipina ni kasi 'di ba parang iba pa rin yung may family touch eh.
True.
So parang something yung sa kanya that's very important na painting para sa kanya, one of her favorite because it connects yung storya niya sa family, childhood, and syempre food.
Food, yes.
That's
Filipino food.
Oo. Pero yung ating last question ngayon for you, Miss Elaine, is alam naman natin for OFW, when it comes to, let's say, ito nga, nasa art ka na side. But then how can you say na, let's say, na you are a global Filipino? Kasi di ba parang common kasi kapag sa ibang bansa ka, nagkakaroon kasi ng little discrimination. Kapag Filipino na yung may gawa niyan, parang may konting bawas sila when it comes to crediting it and all. Pero sa'yo, how do you say that you are a global Filipino?
Global Filipino, so clarify ko lang in terms of how I'm promoting the Filipino culture in other, okay. So far, for now, wala pa namang bumibili ng mga Filipino-inspired paintings ko, like from outside the Filipino community. Pero marami din namang appreciation na ako natatanggap through Instagram. Marami rin nagko-comment, and that's why pag nagpo-post ako sa Instagram, palaging may meaning. Palagi siyang may meaning. And I think yung mga sinusulat ko doon, na-appreciate din naman ng ibang tao, and I hope na nag-research din sila about that. And mahirap din kasi ngayon na pag kausap mo, wala naman din ako masyado nakakausap ngayon aside from social media and yung mga tao na nagko-connect sa akin through social media, and very limited lang yung conversations namin. And I think hindi ko rin alam kung it's just the appreciation, or hindi ko sure kung nahihiya ba silang magtanong further sa mga kung anong ibig sabihin talaga and saan to, ganyan, unless they've been to the Philippines. Diba? And naiintindihan nila yun. Pero in terms of like yung mga Filipino food, I think more and more people from na hindi Filipino nakaka-appreciate din ng Filipino food. I think they're familiar with adobo and sisig. Pero pinakbet medyo hindi pa masyado. And sinigang.
Lalo na hindi ko makain ng gulay.
Oo.
Kasi mas magulay yun eh.
Oo, masyadong magulay talaga. And diba, dito mga tao mahilig sa steak, sa mga ihaw, mga meat, lots of meat. Yes.
Ay, ito, are you saying is that Jade? Okay, so we just want to say thank you so much for sharing your story and your art sa amin, lalo na yung mga messages behind your paintings. Ay, nakakatuwa yun. So, Miss Jan Elaine, if ever po para sa mga viewers natin ngayon, ano yung mga social media pages na where they can check out yung mga arts na meron ka na or mga upcoming events pa na gagawin mo dyan sa Alberta, Canada? Can you share it to our viewers?
Sure. So please follow me on Instagram, Jan Elaine Portfolio. Like my page on my Facebook page, Jan Elaine Art. And I also have a website. You can check that out, janelaine.art. And I also have a YouTube page, Jan Elaine Art.
Kompleto kasi she's also doing video.
Yeah.
Yes, I do time-lapse. Yeah.
Time-lapse. Ano paparod ko ngayon.
Amazing.
Okay, so message na lang no sa lahat ng mga family mo kasi I know you love your family so much. Kaya nararamdaman na, yun ang nag-uusap ko sa kanya na despite of yung location niya ngayon, plus yung profession na pinupuntahan niya, plus yung mga ito nga pag
plus the pandemic.
Oh, plus pandemic and all. So do you have a message to your family members in the Philippines or kung saang parte ng mundo?
So I just want to say thank you to my family here in Canada. So my parents, my siblings, my husband, my in-laws for being very supportive of what I do. I think my parents and my siblings, they play a really huge part in my paintings kasi sila yung pinagtatanungan ko talaga ng mga concepts and parang feedback, and they give me a lot of support and encouragement. I also want to thank my friends in the Philippines, my high school friends who are were just they're very surprised na nag-arts ako because of like my story and because of that incident, and nakita nila ngayon na marami akong paintings ganyan, and and then kahit sila, they wanna have a painting na gawa ko. So I'm very, very happy about that. Thank you sa mga sumusuporta sa akin here in Canada, in the Philippines, and around the world in the US. I have family in the US as well. And yung mga clients ko na bumili na painting sa akin, maraming salamat for supporting what I do. And I know I'm not a professional artist, pero thank you sa tiwala talaga and sa malaking suporta.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So thank you so much again for joining us today on our second episode dito sa TATAK INDIO. So partner, any words for Miss Jan Elaine bago tayo mag-goodbye?
Well, I'm really feeling inspired and a little bit hungry seeing the artworks. But yeah, it was great to finally have a chat and like learn more about your story, your art, and I feel like I've gained more insight to her artwork also. So I will feel that even more connection to our culture, and it makes me feel nostalgic and reminiscent also of back home.
Saka nakakatawa, talagang Pilipinang-Pilipina siya kasi talagang importante yung pamilya.
Yeah.
Okay, para po sa mga viewers natin guys, you can also check out our website www.kayako.ph kasi we also have our blog site doon eh. So we're also going to make a blog para po sa storya ni Miss Jan Elaine Soriano from Canada. Elaine, in behalf of KayaKo family, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And have a nice day, Jan, sa iyo sa Canada. Good morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Good night. Thank you.
Okay, so yan po ang ating featured na guest for tonight. Ayan, para po sa mga viewers po natin. Again, one thing lang that I appreciate about our second episode is that tawag nito, yung pagiging artist kasi, no, like sa kanya, ano yan that's like your soul. Oh, kasi parang you have your own definition on it. Parang this is how you feel, ito yung emotion mo, ito yung paano ka lumaki. Ganun kasi yung lumalabas doon yung ano mo yung tawag nito, yung sa art mo. Yung kung paano ka mag-isip and all. Kaya nga, there are some artists, alam mo ba, na maybe some other people are really appreciate and like their paintings. At syempre yung iba gusto talagang bilhin. But for an artist, to be honest, sabi nila, parang kunyari ito yung piece na nagawa ko na sobrang maganda, kahit magkano pa mo pa siyang bilhin, parang something like part of me was taken.
Yeah.
Kasi parang that's me. That's part of me. So yun yung ano, yun nga lang kasi ang nakikita nating advantage, no, especially sa kay Jan Elaine, is that because of social media now, malaking tulong talaga siya for us to share itong mga gitong klaseng napakagandang kultura ng Pilipino. So I encourage everybody, whatever man yung talent nyo guys, if it's you're going to sell it or some people will appreciate it or not, ang importante if you're proud, then share it online. Kasi ano yun parang tawag nito, we have to be proud of our roots again.
Absolutely.
Yun ang sinasabi natin.
Yeah.
Okay. So, ano yung ating next episode na aabangan ng mga viewers natin?
Our next episode is in August.
Yeah, that's gonna be in August, guys.
Yes.
At ang kagandahan nito, no, she's a very strong, tama ba rin? Strong yung personality ng mga
strong
kasama
personality, strong
matalino.
Yes, strong mind,
Yes,
strong-willed.
Palaban.
Yes.
And very successful Filipina na naka-base po dito sa Dubai. Yan po ang ating makakapanayam sa ating next episode. Kaya please guys, stand by again for our updates sa ating pong Facebook
social
page.
media pages.
Yeah, social media pages. But anyway, again guys, we're going to launch our affiliate program for KayaKo. Kaya again, to those who are interested na bumili po ng KayaKo watch, special ang ating first limited edition na Gabriela Silang, you can always check out po ang aming posting sa lahat ng mga social media pages namin and of course to our website.
Yes.
Ayan. Okay, so that's all guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice evening everybody.